Hello teacher. First I want to say that in this piece of paper I have only the question, so I am going to read them and after I am going to answer them. Okay, the first question is, name three similarities and three differences between the two texts included in the article. Okay, I think that the first similarity is that the two stories are telling by men. The second similarity, I think that tell a part of American life, and maybe I think that the third similarity is that the two stories have a comic part. And differences, I think that the objectives are different because the first author make want to make love the people that read the text, and the second only only want to tell a tragic part of a moment in the history. Okay, the maybe the second difference is the two different perspectives that have the authors in the moment in that they tell the story, and maybe the third difference is the that the first test is like a autobiography, and the second test is only as I said before, a telling of a moment in the story. Okay, the second question is, what cultural patterns did you identify in the reading? Okay, I think that maybe the way in which they tell the stories, because and the way the authors or the people make humor in that country. I think that this is a cultural pattern. And also I think that this is a difference in the for that country and our country. Okay, the third question is, based on the test writing by Don DeLillo, explain the title of the latest novel, Falling Man. Okay, I think that maybe the title of this reading is Falling Man because he tells this story about a man that had a heart on his wrist, for the word or for the moment of for that moment, the moment that happened, about the attack of the 11th September, and also because he was sad for that reason, because he is living this moment and he is falling in his life, because he is sad for the general environment that he is living in that month. Okay, the second question is, use example from the reading to explain the American City Life title. Okay, for the first reading, I think that maybe an example is that the way this American person looking for the opportunities to to looking for the opportunities and to take them. I think that this is a way to live to the American people. And also, for the second reading, how the people in America live the war, how the people see and looking for the war in his own environment, in their own environment. And this is maybe an example of the American city life. And also for the first reading, the general part that they show in the text. For example, when he showed the part of the streets, taking into account the hippies and the parts or when there are a lot of books, how the people live in the street. Maybe this is a part of American life, American city life. The second question is establish a connection between American city life and Colombia city life. Provide examples. Maybe I think that the first connection is for the first reading because as I said before, in the author showed the way in which the people looking for opportunities in America, in United States in this case, and also we can do a connection in this part because, for example, he played his banjo in a bar, in a club, and he didn't receive money. Also here in Colombia, when the people play his guitar in a public bus and he only receive little of money, and they do this thing only for be recognized, a little bit more recognized. I don't know, for the another connection, the way in which the people live the war in the two countries. Here, for the other country that caused the war in this country, and in our context, in our country, because how the people live the war caused by people that live in our own country, and I think that maybe this is a connection. And because here also they exist the word like in all the world. Okay, the second question is, what would be another catchy title for the reading? Give reason for your selection. Okay, I think that maybe another title could be things that happen, because in the two stories the authors narrate things that happen in that moment. For example, for the first reading, how this author take the opportunity because this opportunity happened. And also for the second reading, how the author, or how this man that is suffered live this moment of war, because this moment of war happened. And I think that maybe it was the other title, I don't know. Okay, the next question was, imagine that Steve Martin and Don DeLillo are invited to Tunham and you are the tour guide. What places would you recommend them to visit and why? Okay, I think I don't know very well this city Tunja, but I think that I recommend them two places. The first one, La Plaza de Bolívar, because it's the central part of our city, Tunja. And the other part, I think, the Puente of Boyacá, Puente de Boyacá, because el Puente de Boyacá is the most important place in Tunja, because, and also in our country, because has a lot of history, has the most important story of our country, and show also the most important things about our culture in Colombia. And it's important that they know our culture also. Because, for example, for the second place has a connection with the second reading, in talking about the war, how the people live the war in the past in our country, and maybe has or is exist this connection. Okay. The last question is, give a brief summary about the article. Okay, I am going to give a brief summary for the first reading, and after for the second reading. For the first reading, Steve Martin told tell his story, and he said that first he take a chef room in a hotel, in a chef hotel. After he said that he played the banjo in a bar and he didn't receive money. But when he was 20 years old, he went to Los Angeles, and here he presented a performance in order to be a little bit more recognized like a comedian, as a comedian. He said that he presented this performance, and the showrunner put him in the program, and he canceled that there was a person that was a poet, that with a machine gun unloaded the performancer that he didn't like. And so he present his performance, and he started with a song that his grandmother told him. Okay, the second reading was about a man that was in the tragic of 11 September of the World Trade Center. And first he said that he talked about with a cop, and he said that he had to feed a cat, and if he didn't feed this cat, his children were very sad. His children were very sad, and this cop ignored them, or no ignored them, but he said that he had to pass to the next checkpoint in order to say the same thing, and had this petition. And so he talked with the other cop, and this other cop let that he pass, and he described with the same story. He tells the same story to the cop, and the cop let that he pass, and he, in general terms, he describe the general environment in that moment in the attack of the World Trade Center. Okay, teacher, this is my oral report. Thank you so much. I hope that you are better, and take care. Thank you.